things first, don't shoot it, right? The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just practice letting it twine on my elbow and not firing. I just wanna get it to wrap on the very end of my elbow and my tricep. Too high up and it clamps my arm shut. I'm gonna drop it, I'm gonna do it again. I like to use an underhand grip, but that is personal preference. Overhand grip works just as well, if not sometimes better. So feel free to experiment. What I do recommend, however, is as you are going to twine your elbow, I want to take my lead hand and bring it into my chest. I want my elbow parallel to the ground. If it points down into it at all or up into the sky, it either comes back and hits me if it's pointed up, or climbs off of my elbow and hits the floor if it's pointed down, right? So from here, I want this elbow parallel, and I want to actually allow a little bit of line to slide through my hands before it starts wrapping. If I think about a clock, as it's going from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, I want to give it a little bit of opening so it gets a little bit longer, so that as I pull my hand in, I don't actually yank the line into me, which would bring it back and hit me in the calf or in the butt, which sucks a lot when you're using a 1.5 pound steel ball. So from here, I've got that rising energy, right? I'm gonna let it slide just a little there and twine on the elbow. You notice I actually let go entirely, keeping tension with my anchor hand, pulling it taut, and wrapping it around my elbow while I keep that hand in. That is, again, personal preference. I do not have to. I can keep it on my hand the entire time. That's okay. Once I get it to wrap like this a bunch, it's time to count and figure out my timing. 1.5 wraps is what I'm looking for a good traditional rising lead elbow shot. So from here, I'm gonna let it twine. Ready? 1.5, and extend my arm out. The way that I shoot this is by extending my elbow to remove the thing it's wrapped around. That's what does it. The timing piece is how I guarantee it goes forward. So as it's swinging from 6 o'clock toward 9 o'clock, that's when I want to open it up, right around 8 o'clock actually, right? So from here, rising, twine 1.5, extend. Again, twine 1.5, extend. That's what I'm looking for. A really good cheat that I found from a friend was actually wrapping it on your shoulder first. So if this helps you some, give it a try. If it just confuses you, leave it alone. But starting by wrapping it over my shoulder and then sticking my elbow out will give me some of the same results. It's a little bit more difficult in my head, but only because I learned it second. So one more time, I can either wrap it on the shoulder, sticking that elbow out and extend, or I can wrap it over the elbow, giving it a little bit of slack, and then punching out. That's all I got for you for your elbow shots. Please feel free to get back to work and practice a bunch, and let me know if you have any issues.